Okay, so I flew into Kathmandu. Flying down was very exciting. One of the most exciting times of my life because I was going into Asia. I was going into Kathmandu, Buddhist place, and it was beautiful. I could see the mountains to the north. They looked just like the snow-capped mountains of the Rockies, only more snow and bigger and more jagged. And the city looked beautiful. It was just in this valley and looked like a town, kind of. Not nearly as big as like Denver, even though it had like 1 million people. In size, maybe not a whole lot bigger than Boulder, I guess. But yeah, I landed and then I got a taxi into downtown. I got a hotel room, and then the next day I was walking down. I can't remember what it's called. It's like the main tourist road, and I asked a guy, and literally the first guy asked. I didn't ask anybody else. I saw a white guy. The very first guy, I go, hey, do you know where the Kathmandu Center of Healing is? He goes, oh yeah, I live there. And it turned out to be my Thai massage teacher that I ended up studying with. It was this French-Swiss guy named Patrick. So he showed me where it was, and I rode my bike up there, or no, I took the bus up there, and my brother's bike was there, and I said, oh hey, I'm here to pick up my brother's bike. And then there was this other guy named Patrick, I think his name was, a German guy, who was teaching Reiki, so I took the Reiki class there, and then I decided to go ahead and take the month-long Thai massage class, so I stayed there for a month and did the month-long Thai massage class, which was fun, because every morning I stayed in a room with 3 other people. There was like, I guess 5 or 6 other people in my Thai massage class. I won't say who they are though, because it will take time. It was great. We get up at like 7 in the morning. They do their exercises. I didn't really do the yoga with them in the morning because I wasn't so much of a morning person. And but I do a lot of stretching at lunchtime when everybody else would like hang out. I kind of thought I was a little bit antisocial for that, but I wanted to do stretching, get really limber, and practice also the massage. And then a couple weeks in, Nabeen, one of the guys who runs the place, gave me a big old bag of weed, like this big. So I rolled like 270 joints of it. So every morning before class, I'd sit up on the roof and smoke it and get all high. And the weed there doesn't smell, but it's really strong, just as strong as in America, so it's cool. Yeah, so we got to hang out with all the Thai massage people, and also the other people coming and going who were staying there, a few other people. And then, when that was up, I rode my bike to go do the Annapurna Circuit, and rode up. I think it took me 2 days to ride to Potari, is that what it's called? And I stayed at a hotel room on the edge of the lake there. It's beautiful in Potari. And if you look north, you can see this really steep mountain that I guess has never been climbed because it's illegal. It's like a sacred mountain. And then I mountain biked the Annapurna Circuit, which is really hard. It was fun to ride up, lots of climbing. But it's all steps, like steps going straight up forever, up. And so I had to like carry the bike over, and like one guy just burst out laughing at me. That was ridiculous. But you know, I mean, you can either carry your stuff in your back, or you can carry it on your panniers in the back of the bike and carry the bike. And it was a good workout. It was like lifting weights over it. So it was fun. And I could actually ride down the steps because all of my weight was on the back of my panniers and I didn't have anything in the front. So even though it was really steep, I didn't do an endo because the weight kept me upright. The only problem was I like loosened all of my spokes, and I did it in my tire, and I don't think I had an extra tire, and I was stupid. I had like Indian tires, which didn't hold up very well. And but I left my bike at some village. The Annapurna Circuit is amazing because every like few miles you'd have like, you know, like a hotel on the edge of some like steep cliff, you know, up in the mountains. You know, and you'd have with all these tourists, lots of tourists there. So you can hang out with them, overlooking a great view, and every once in a while you actually go through a village, and they were just I mean, it's third world country, but this was like pristine. The people, you could tell the villagers just were loving life. And little kids were running after me while I was riding my bike down. I thought I don't know if they'd ever seen somebody on a bike on it before. But I left my bike at some cops in some small village because I went to actually hike some detour to like a base camp or something of climbing a mountain. I went way up. It was like 16,000 feet or something up in the snow. And there was actually like a hotel up there, but I didn't stay there. I just went up there, hung out for a little bit, and then came down. And I think I stayed at 2 hotels, 2 different places on that trip. And I saw something interesting. I was hiking. I remember hiking down a trail, up the trail back, and it was snowing in a blizzard. And I was like in long sleeve shirt, long sleeve pants. And I was really cold, and I'm going up, and I see some Sherpa like whistling, walking down the trail in shorts and a t-shirt and sandals. And he wasn't cold at all, carrying this really like big pack. And I was thinking to myself, how is this guy not freezing to death? Is he some kind of a mutant? So then I got my bike, and then I continued down. I think there were like some hot springs or something, maybe on the other side of the river. And I got to ride my bike more because we were going along this river, and it was flatter, so that was cool. And then at one hostel, I think I got some weed off the kid who was running the hostel, sold some hash to me and some other guy. And so then I was stoned and riding. It was fun. And I was on, I guess, the bottom of like the deepest canyon in the world because there are these huge mountains on either side. So I guess technically in some way it's the deepest if you were to include the tops of the mountains. And I'm riding down the actual riverbed, but my tire just gave out and just was torn to shreds. So I had to actually walk the bike in past some other town, which was really beautiful because it had like cobblestone main road in it, but there's no cars there. So it was like going back to like 1,000 years ago. And there was a little river underneath the cobble, and it was beautiful. And then I went past that a little bit more to Johnson and stayed at a place, and there happened to be a bicycle shop there. So I bought another Indian tire there and a bunch of more spokes to kind of get my bike rolling again. And then continued up to go over the pass, and I got to ride my bike some more. It was cool. Up the hill, but it was kind of steep, so I had to push some and ride some. And then I went to the last hotel, I think it's called Bob Marley Hotel, and I stayed there, but then I got sick, so I had to stay there a couple days. And I saw a group of people who came down, and they told me about the pass, and they said it was really amazing. And they saw like a human leg. And I had heard a pack of Nepalis were actually killed in an avalanche a couple weeks beforehand, and so maybe that was the leg of one of them who died, but it's crazy. I didn't see it when I went up. And I went up, got up at like 4 in the morning, and it was in the middle of this blizzard. I could only see like a couple feet in front of me, but I wasn't cold at all, and I wasn't tired at all. And I was like, it was a beautiful scene to take a picture. Would have been amazing. Just carrying the bike, I step up and then I pick the bike and I do like this. And I went past some hut, way past, and I think I must have been like almost at the top. I was almost there, but I kind of freaked out. I thought that I didn't want to get like caught in an avalanche. And then I came up with an excuse. I thought that my wheels would fall apart and the tire would fall apart, and I didn't want to have to walk my bike the whole way on the other side, even though I heard it was mainly trails. And that's actually it's actually the biggest regret that I have to this day. And every time I think about turning around anywhere, I think about that day, and I kind of have to like make up for that by continuing. So because I turned around, stupid. Oh, and I also wanted to ride a plane. So I was like, I'll just go back to Johnson and ride the plane, and then I'll get to look at my trail from the plane. But the thing is I went against this idea that I have. This thing that I usually do is loops. I wanted to do the loop. But whatever, that's what I did. I almost made it to the top. And I wasn't tired at all. But whatever. So yeah, I went back to Johnson, threw my bike on the plane. And got some stuff that I left at a hotel, and then rode my bike back to Kathmandu. And then I was going to, oh no, I'm going to run out of time. Well, I have 2 parts of Nepal. Okay, I guess I'll have 2 parts of Nepal.